sorts of topsy-turvy ways. The Goofy Fit was actually super clutch that it existed as an option for people who found different ways that they prefer to hold a controller. And we're ready for these matches in
3, 2, 1, Tetris!
And right as this match starts, I want to give a special shout out to an incredible donation from Kirkland13. $1,000 to the Matcherino. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Thank you so much for your generosity.
I think that means the Matcherino is up to about like 14K, and I know we have a goal of 15K, I think that they said, but...
Yeah, I think we're closing in on the biggest prize pool ever, not just for the CTWC, but for a Classic Tetris event of any kind.
And the crazy thing about it is we're only on day 2 here. We still have the finals tomorrow, so shout outs to everybody for all the donations. Again, you know, obviously we're calling out some of these big donations here, but every little bit is appreciated, and the money will go directly to the players to be rewarded for the amount of hard work and just entertainment they're giving us with this amazing Tetris play.
Yeah, and ooh, Eric is in a little bit of trouble early, needs something to resolve this, and gets the line piece to survive. Woo-hoo. So this will be very interesting to see how Eric plays today. Of course, won the World Championships 2 years ago, and then had a faulty controller last year at the World Championships, found out just before he was supposed to play, struggled through everything, managed to take it to a decider in the first game, but ended up being eliminated by Adcoster, and now might be returning to form. Had a great qualifier today, has a really solid seed, but his opponent Doodle is no slouch either.
Yeah, Eric, of course, was one of the first players to really display what rolling was all about here at CTWC.
And Doodle is on the verge of topping out, needs a line piece, and needs it now. Oh my goodness! And Eric is just 5,000 points to go, needs one more Tetris, will take it. And there it is.
Yep.
Game 1 to Eric.
And you know, as a player like that, a lot of times it's very nice to have one of those very quick, short games where you didn't have to quite put in all that work just yet.
Yeah, for Eric, it'll be great to feel on the board. Meanwhile, at the bottom, PixelAndy and TetrisTime are just about even, and we got a thumbs up. We're ready.
3, 2, 1, Tetris!
So, let's talk about these players at the bottom, because this is a crazy matchup. PixelAndy, the former second place finisher in 2020 in his rookie season, came within a hair's breadth of taking the whole championship. And the next years after that, finished the top 4 again, and then only was eliminated in the top 8 last year because he ran into Fractal in the top 8. Couldn't get an opponent tougher than that last year.
Yeah, Fractal was on a mission last year for sure.
But the incredible thing about his opponent, TetrisTime, is that before Fractal won the World Championships, TetrisTime was perhaps the heartbreaker for Fractal, of the incredible upset in 2021, where it was double elimination. In the official predictions in the community, 0 people had predicted TetrisTime to win his bracket versus Fractal, because he wouldn't needed to defeat Fractal twice, and somehow he did it. So TetrisTime, we know he can pull off an upset victory against the best in the world, and he has been working on his rolling as well. Another longtime table tapper, transitioning to the new technique. We don't know if he'll pull it out today, but it'll be exciting to watch.
Yeah, again, I mean, at that point, it's just, these players are all so strong. You know, it is considered an upset. Obviously, someone like PixelAndy, one of the favorites here, but still at the same time, it's just the skill level of all these players is so strong.
Yeah, so this is a bit unusual. We wouldn't usually see a player of PixelAndy's caliber this early in the tournament, but he had maybe a bit of a rough qual by his own standards earlier this weekend, but is looking to shake that past him after that victory in the Mod Retro tournament last night.
Well, I mean, one of the things that we were talking about when he was doing his qualifying run is some people have also said, like during some of his streams and such, it does seem like he had a little bit of a hand injury.
Oh.
And, you know, we've seen him stretching his hand a little bit and stuff. And during the quals, he had a very slow start. It took him a while And then all of a sudden, towards the end, he was, you know, performing at the level that we're used to from Andy. But it took a little bit, so maybe he's nice and warmed up now and ready to go here for this head-to-head portion of the tournament.
Yeah, so right now, though, TetrisTime, the table tapper, is able to survive that, get the Tetris. We're going to have to do a few burns here, but doesn't want to take the triple. Wants to try and do it with a double, but it's still going to have to burn a bunch of lines.
Yeah.
But gets it clean.
There you go. Ready to go there. But yeah, you can see what the hyper tapping is all about there. Very obvious right there. Just trying to hit the controller as fast as you can, and then that's all it really comes down to.
You can see TetrisTime's screen looking a little bit there, trying to gauge how aggressive he needs to be. He does have a 50,000 point lead. It's about 2 Tetrises. So he's done his job in this early phase of the game.
Meanwhile, Doodle and EricICX still going up over there. EricICX with a very nice clean board here, just waiting for the eyepiece, and there it is. Boom, Tetris for Eric. And he's going to be set up for another Tetris thanks to that back-to-back T-pieces there.
We've transitioned at the bottom, 596 to 570, and TetrisTime is in the lead still. Uh-oh, dangerous missed off for PixelAndy. Okay, he gets the 5-tap over.
Whew.
That was a hair-raising moment for Andy, and still digging out. He'll get out of it.
Finally got that piece that he can actually dig into the hole without covering the gaps under it. And now
Eric in a little bit of trouble. Does not want to encounter a drought right now. Uh-oh, and holding out. Where's the long guard? There it is.
God.
Oh, my goodness. And Doodle. Oh, no. Doodle's in trouble.
Oh, no.
Needs something for the center and needs it now. Oh, no. And Doodle might be on the verge of 2 early top outs. And Eric, still not out of it yet, needs 6,000 more points.
Same situation practically as last time. He was with the top out by Doodle. And Eric just right there, but you can see right now Doodle is really frustrated right now.
Wants to play this as safe as possible, not going for a Tetris, just takes it. One more line burn will do it, and there it, oh, it's tied! Oh my goodness!
There we go.
And there we go. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, can you imagine if he was like, I did it, and then just let it top out at that point? That would have just been like a, oh no.
But that would have been the first ever tied score in CTWC history.
I know, right? Oh man!
If he had known, if he had more time, he might have been able to win by 1 point with the push down. But we're ready for the next game.
So here we go in 3, 2, 1, Tetris! And you know the key right now, honestly, is hopefully Doodle can not get in his own head right now. He's obviously very visibly upset right now, but you know it happens in. We've seen crazier comebacks before. You know?
No, early top outs can happen to anyone. It doesn't mean you're a bad player. It just means you had a tough game. And it means that you have the potential to come back if you're up here. You've earned your spot. Everybody has earned their spot in this gold bracket. Everybody is a phenomenal player. And meanwhile, TetrisTime is doing exactly what he wanted to do with tapping, has built a 128,000 point lead over Andy while rolling.
Yeah, but Doodle again with a misdrop over there, and I just look on his face like, what? Like, what is happening here?
Oh, that was a very nice skim, though, by Doodle to resolve the situation.
And beautiful to solve that column, that little gap, that chasm. Just had the right pieces for that, but the L and the J piece to be able to fix that out. But yeah, like I said, it's crazy how much of these tournaments here, you know, obviously there's a lot of Tetris skill on display and such, but so much of these events really come down to also psychological strength as well. Being able to shake off, you know, bad games and, you know, not get nervous on the stages and stuff. You were saying that you were up here and you were like super nervous when you were playing up here, right?
Yes, the biggest nerves are during a chase down.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh my gosh, I have the opportunity. I don't want to blow this. Oh, and we just saw the grip switch from TetrisTime. We're seeing TetrisTime roll now. This will be interesting. And PixelAndy is on the kill screen. He's just about closed the gap. Now just a 15,000 point deficit and gets the Tetris to take the lead. So TetrisTime is going to need rolling and gets the level 29 Tetris.
Yeah.
TetrisTime, oh my gosh. TetrisTime is unleashed.
Super kill screen Tetris, not easy to do, but very unfortunate
Has
stack
a Tetris
here.
set up, needs a line piece, and needs it now, gets the Tetris.
So building his lead, he's trying to survive as much as possible.
And that's
not going to be able to do it here. So PixelAndy now with the chase down, but doesn't need much. He can actually play very, very safe here. As you can see, he just needs
Yep,
And that should do
there
it
it
right
is.
there. PixelAndy with game number 1.
And after all that work by TetrisTime the whole game to maintain that lead, right at the end it all evaporated. But we have seen TetrisTime willing to bust out the rolling today.
Yep, and obviously that's probably going to be the pattern. We'll probably see him do it again because, again, you know, as good as hyper tapping is, it's just it's so much more work. And once you get the rolling technique down, the rolling technique not only provides the ability for speed, but also for extreme accuracy as well. As we were talking about, the number of fingers can really control how far you slide it much better.
Yeah,
So-
now we're ready in 3,
2, 1, Tetris!
So for Eric up here, this is match point. Doodle shaking his head, maybe a little bit in frustration, but
Yeah,
still alive here.
You can see right now he's so far behind in points. And so he's really trying to work. He's going to have to do a lot of work to try to be able to take a game over EricICX. And for Eric, I mean, this has been wonderful because he hasn't really had to, you know, go, you know, do anything crazy so far. It's mostly just been Doodle getting mistakes and topping out.
Yeah, and this is an amazing return to form for Eric this weekend. We have some stats from Marfram. Eric has an 804K FMS over only 9 games recently. He's barely played in competition, and it was a first-round exit for him in Mega Masters this year when he did qualify for it. He mostly tapped, but now it looks like he's solved the situations that he had with his playstyle, and is back to rolling and is way more comfortable than we've seen him in quite some time.
Yeah, again, rolling is very, very difficult technique to learn. You know, I want to emphasize that because a lot of people are saying like, oh, okay, these players are rolling now. And if you're just like, I'll learn rolling too, you know, it's not that simple. It is a very...
Oh my gosh, very dirty Tetris. Oh, it's a dirty triple for Doodle.
It's okay. He's still alive though. Now he needs another long bar. Where's that long bar? There it is. Boom, Tetris for Doodle. And another one, back to back for Doodle. Let's go. You got this.
Yeah, Doodle down 149,000 points. Again, that could all change if Eric has an early top out or something in here, but right now Eric's board is looking pretty darn good. Safe and low, gets the Tetris.
Yeah, you can see right there a 43% Tetris rate for Doodle compared to the 74% rate from EricICX. And, you know, on the opposite side where I was talking about how Doodle has to make sure he doesn't get in his own head, EricICX, he's probably just feeling chill and relaxed right now, like no stress at this point. I mean, look at him. He's just like body language, his facial expression, it just looks like he's just another day in the office for him right now.
Yeah, when you're up 2-0, you know that you have several games in your pocket. If something bad happens, you just want to play it safe and, you know, not give away an easy game.
Right.
Meanwhile, TetrisTime and PixelAndy very close at the bottom. TetrisTime's going to have to take a bunch of burns here, not able to use those lines for a Tetris, but not in any danger.
Almost thought TetrisTime was going to set up for some central well thing. Sorry.
And Eric has transitioned with a 607, and Doodle transitions with 452, still down about 150,000 points. Doodle still has time to make up this deficit, but there's a T-spin opportunity.
Yeah,
we'll see if the T-spin comes.
It's a misdrop, but I've always learned whenever you set up a T-spin, the game stops giving you T's. It's just, man. Okay, he needs an eyepiece now. There it is. So he got the eyepiece. Nicely done. Okay, so he's got back to a clean screen over here.
TetrisTime has to plug the well right as the long bar comes, but it gets the Tetris anyways when he's able to clear it up right away.
And now set up for another one. So let's see if he can get that second eyepiece to show up here. There it is, finally, and boom, Tetris for TetrisTime.
Eric had a very interesting horizontal long bar placement. Not sure if that was intentional or not, but it did. Hasn't fully worked out yet. Again, he's not in any danger. This is not a place where you'd want to play aggressive at all in Eric's position. 150,000 point lead, up 2 games to none. Just gotta take this one to the finish line, however much pace you can get.
Right. So if you're Eric at this point, all you're thinking to yourself is, you know what? As long as I stay solid, as long as I keep my score up, the pressure is all on Doodle right now. So, you know, he's just trying to make sure that he plays safe, he survives, and perhaps Doodle might accidentally do himself in with another mistake.
Doodle's doing great. Handled that 25-piece drought perfectly. Was clean the whole time. It gets a Tetris. And no, maybe this is an opportunity for Doodle. Eric had a couple misdrops in a row right there. Going to be digging for quite some time.
Yeah, it's going to be trying to get, you see that ugly gap right there in the
not
middle.
quite a Vitz, but, oh, maybe, no, that's not a Vitz.
Whoa. Oh, beautiful double right there with the O piece. And another beautiful double. And look at this, Eric working his way out of this situation.
Oh no, and misdrops for Doodle, and Doodle gives up, and Eric has taken it.
You know,
the world champ is back.
It's just one of those days, you know, as soon as that misdrop happened from Doodle, you have this feeling like, you know what, it wasn't my day today, you know, it's just something is amiss. And so unfortunately that will end Doodle's run, but obviously making it this far, getting to this round, very, very impressive during the qualifying phases. So everyone, round of applause for Doodle, please.
Yeah. The qualifying really is the first phase of the tournament, and Doodle did very well in that. So Doodle has a lot to be proud of this year. And for Eric, what a sigh of relief. Going from a first round exit last year's defending champ to now escaping the first round this year.
Yeah, definitely got to feel good for him. And we'll see how he does as we continue through the next few rounds.
And TetrisTime is about to transition. This game he's down about 3 Tetrises here going into transition, and PixelAndy's not transitioned yet.
In TetrisTime, you can see still sitting with that kind of weird gap in column 8 and 7 over here. Got through that, but now it has that column 3 one. Nice, got in there. Now he just needs one of the pieces to actually fit in there, but okay, finally the T piece showed up.
Oh my goodness, 59% Tetris rate to 44% Tetris rate. TetrisTime has his work cut out for him because, again, he's a newer roller than PixelAndy. PixelAndy, one of the top players in the world. TetrisTime would love to not go down 0-2 to him, but we've seen the kind of upsets TetrisTime can pull if given the opportunity.
Yeah, again, world-class player. It's the reason why as soon as I saw them going up against each other, I was like, oh boy, like this early, huh? I mean, that's the crazy thing is like this could have been the finals of, you know, any of the past couple of years, you know?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I've been waiting to see PixelAndy return to the finals. He definitely has had the potential for several years in a row. And this is the first step of that, but not if TetrisTime can have anything to say about it. Gets a clutch triple there.
The pieces have not been great for TetrisTime right there. Going to take the triple just to lower the stack right there and play a little bit more comfortably. Okay, nice. Okay, goes for the T piece right in the middle there.
While we have this brief moment while both players are safe from their boards, we want to give another shout out to K9 watching Tetris. $1,011.11. Says good luck, have fun. Oh my goodness. These $1,000 donations. Thank you so much to K9 watching Tetris, a huge supporter of many players over the years, especially the Artiaga brothers, and is working on his first event, the Montreal Canada Regional.
Wow,
later this year.
Okay, let's go.
So shout out to K9. Thank you so much.
So actually, can I get official word? Are we at the 15K goal already then?
Yeah, that would be really, really cool. And right now, PixelAndy is on the verge of closing this one out as he barrels toward the thrill screen. But TetrisTime is starting to close the gap. It was well over 100,000 just a moments ago, but it's now down to just 57,000. The tides are turning in TetrisTime's favor if he can keep this up.
Ooh, sets up another eyepiece dependency over there, so that's why he's going to start filling out. Okay, no problem. There's the triple right there. You saw him glance over at PixelAndy's screen over there. He is down currently by 86,000 points.
TetrisTime, the look of determination, setting up the tucks, does not want to take any more burns than necessary.
Okay, not going to be able to resolve that tuck anymore, so he's going to have to go for some burns here, some extra line. Oh, no, he would, okay.
Recovers from that misdrop. He's going to be grip switching at some point. He might have already done so.
Okay, great pieces right there for TetrisTime. Great pieces.
Oh, and there we go. We saw the grip switch. Yeah. That was so fast. That was incredible.
Nice. Great job to the production crew catching that on film right there. That was awesome to see.
Fastest draw in the West.
Yep. Oh, it's going to be a double right there. And now digging through, beautiful. And here's the transition. So now, can TetrisTime survive with that rolling technique.
He's up very high. He's going to need a clutch 5 and oh my goodness, gets the pieces over. He can survive this. Gets a perfect L piece.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, perfect burns for the left, but the right's in trouble. Oh my goodness.
That'll help a lot right there, but he's looking
Doesn't
for a piece.
get the right piece for the right.
Yeah, he couldn't find a piece with a flat base. They didn't give him any of them.
And PixelAndy is taken game number 2.
Yeah, you just need it. You could have used an O piece, you could have used a J piece, you could have used an L piece, and none of them showed up for him to be able to throw onto that right side for that too wide base right there. He just kept getting the SDs and Is and Ts.
It's the worst kind of drought.
I mean, it's a lot of times, you know, when you're hunting for one piece and you don't get that piece, it's like, okay, it's a 1 in 7 chance. But there are those times where you know you have 3 pieces that could fit there, and they don't give you any of them, and that's what's more brutal. But
and
let's
we're
go.
Ready.
Yep. Here we go.
3, 2, 1,
Tetris!
All right, this is match points for PixelAndy. Can TetrisTime pull off a reverse sweep, or will PixelAndy shut the door?
Obviously, nice little slow start right here, like a nice calm start for both of these players. But again, you know, TetrisTime, clearly one of the strongest players, has to learn rolling now to be able to keep up with everybody. Looking for that L piece now. There it is, can get that tuck in there and a Tetris.
Perfect starts for both players. They're both tied at 45,600 each.
Yeah, you know, I was talking to a bunch of people here at this event, you know, talking about learning rolling. And yeah, there's some players out there who have tried to learn rolling and really just haven't been able to make it work. You know, it's a difficult skill to learn. Again, you have to hold the pad so the D-pad is on your thumb, but just barely not pressed, so that when you tap the back of the controller as it pushes in there, you have to learn the tension. You have to learn exactly how hard to hold that D-pad and everything. And then you also have to learn how to roll with the timing so you're not accidentally hitting 2 fingers at the same time, et cetera, et cetera. It is not an easy thing to do.
It's tough. I tried for probably about a dozen hours and then I gave up. So I have all the respect in the world for the players that have gotten to this level, especially the ones who try to juggle multiple play styles at once. That grip switch is insane. How fast TetrisTime is able to do that. I hope we get to see it one more time.
Yeah. Again, shout outs to the production crew giving us that exact shot. It was so cool to see.
It looks like he's had to practice it even more now to do it on the stage, because I saw on stream when he would do it, he would actually like throw his table out of the way. It's hilarious to watch if you go look at TetrisTime streams.
He flips tables.
Yeah, it'll just be like on the table and then go bam off to the side.
That's amazing. Oh my goodness.
He's figured out a way to do it without doing that at the CTWC.
Because that's tough too, because like I said, getting that rolling technique down, you know, requires knowing exactly what tension you need to hold. It's going to be different for different controllers. And the fact that he can switch to that almost instantly after chucking a table is really impressive.
Yeah. So now TetrisTime is in the position he wants to be in early in this game, a 77,000 point lead. He needs this game for survival, but a misdrop.
Yeah, up to this point, he was doing really well there. He had the 92% Tetris rate.
Oh, this is such an ugly part. This is a traffic pile up happening quickly.
Oh boy. Okay, there we go. But now it's column 3 and column 10 that you have to pay attention to. He's got column 10 and column 3 is open. Now he's got to look at 5, and that's why he puts the eyepiece there, so it won't continue to cover. And there we go.
TetrisTime showing why he's a pro. That stack was so bad just a moment ago, and he cleaned it up just like that.
And boom, Tetris for TetrisTime. And again, with that 76%, PixelAndy at 62%, he's going to get a left well Tetris. And slowly burn down over there. Probably going to, drop the pieces there and get himself back to column 10 Tetris.
PixelAndy wanting to close this out. If he makes it all the distance, he'll have had to play one more match than most of the other heavy hitters today, having to play in round 0. And is down in this third game. Still 72,000, and both of them near simul Tetrises. Yeah.
And both of them at exactly 80 lines right now. And again, simul Tetris again for both of the players now. Obviously, they're both at lower stacks, so they're not going to be able to do that, but they're basically playing almost like at a simultaneous pace right now. Problem is that PixelAndy's still on a lower Tetris rate, and there you go. You see how you have to play there. So some players use one hand for all the face buttons right there. You know, you tap the control, you basically have to do that. And so, you know, you're actually rotating with your other fingers, and your thumb is determining which of the left or right is being pressed when you tap the back of the controller.
TetrisTime in another situation where he wanted the L, J, or square and didn't get it, but is able to still resolve things, get this down.
Still need, oh, okay, actually he's gonna go with the eyepiece there instead.
Yeah, he gambled on setting up the long bar dependency on the left, and it didn't really work out. Gonna have to still burn a ton regardless.
And it did it again, right? He was like, all right, I'm not gonna chase the LP, the LJ piece.
Oh, wow, that worked out really well. Yeah, Tetris is all about strategic gambles. Sometimes you make the correct move for the odds and it doesn't work out, and sometimes you have situations that just work out like that perfectly.
All right, well, TetrisTime is all set up and ready to go. Gonna keep everything in the center of the field over here.
Oh, and PixelAndy has taken the lead now, recovered from the early deficit, up 469,000 to 467. Actually, that's basically neck and neck.
Yeah, but we're in the middle of a drought here. This is a brutal drought. Both players are going through it right now.
Oh, yeah, it's up to 28 on 29,
oh
30. Oh, my goodness, this is a big one. 33-piece drought.
Oh, man. Yeah, and PixelAndy's at the tail end of that right there, so he can play a little riskier now. But yeah, that drought was painful, but both players are at the exact same Tetris rate, basically. They are neck and neck. If it wasn't for the fact that right now, TetrisTime, oh boy, a transition with not a clean stack. It's always a...
able to clean it up.
There you go, nicely done.
Yeah.
But yeah, had he gotten the Tetris to transition, him and PixelAndy would be basically with the exact same score.
And another Tetris for TetrisTime screen looking. He is 16,000 points behind. That's only about half a Tetris. He knows he needs this game. He's going to try and push the aggression as much as he can. That was true simul Tetrises right there.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Exact same frame, pretty much.
Oh, man. And here we go. TetrisTime. Not quite set up. There it is. Set up for that Tetris, and boom, Tetris. PixelAndy still working on getting his Tetris, and there is his line bar.
And TetrisTime is not going to be able to take the Tetris with this next line piece. Oh, he opens it up, and actually just in time gets the Tetris.
It was a little dangerous there for TetrisTime. That's that peaks and valleys kind of setup there, which is never fun to have, where you have basically the mountains jutting into the sky.
TetrisTime does want to build as much of a lead as he can before level 29. He is the less experienced roller, and this is not the position he wants to be in, down 61,000, but we've seen the kind of determination he can bring to his play. He's so passionate whenever he goes for these, moves. He says, I tap as fast as I possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, he's still on the table tapping right now. He hasn't transitioned over yet, but I'm probably saving that for the super kill screen.
And PixelAndy, mental game looks strong, locked and loaded and locked in here. Nice adjustment there.
All right, just needs to get that column 9 filled out over there. Oh, one piece too early was that eyepiece, but another one coming right afterwards. And again, an almost perfectly simul Tetris that we just had.
Oh my goodness, getting closer and closer to level 29 where it will all be decided. In less than 5 minutes, we will have an answer about who will win this game.
Oh boy.
TetrisTime going further. Big misdrops for both players. TetrisTime just clutches that out. Yeah. That could have been deadly.
Both of them in kind of a little bit of an awkward position right now. I mean, they've been getting simul Tetrises, and now they just got a simul misdrop.
Yeah, this might be more costly for TetrisTime than Andy, because TetrisTime really needs to make up this deficit before level 29 if he can.
Oof. Okay. Oh, actually, perfect pieces right there for. Oh, perfect for Andy. And he's almost out of the situation, and is now. So pretty much safe. He just needs to clear out that column 10 over there.
And TetrisTime will be looking to grip switch soon. He does not want to do it with a messy board. We'll see when it happens. Oh, no. And this will be the time to do it. We'll see if he does it.
He couldn't get the TPs all the way to the side. So TetrisTime going to just throw in the towel at that point. And PixelAndy with a relatively calm 3-0 victory over TetrisTime. And again, you were talking about how, it was very odd to see PixelAndy in this phase of the tournament here. Usually he would have a high enough qualification that he would just skip off to the next round with a bye like a lot of the players have. But you can see why so many of us think so highly of him and have such high expectations for him. So strong and so consistent there.
Hello everyone, I'm your underwater host Sharky. I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the match, leave a like, comment down your favorite moment below. Me personally, it was game number 1 between Andy and TetrisTime. It was just really close up until TetrisTime topped out and Andy had to complete the chase down. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel to support CTWC. And if you really want to support us, become a channel member today. We're going to dive right into the final lore drop of round 0. Last 4 players of round 0 will be Dewey versus Coster and Armstrong versus Opox. The first match will consist of a double tapper matchup. Coster versus Dewey can be really interesting for sure. For one, Dewey technically started playing in CTWC back in 2021, qualifying in the silver bracket and placing 22nd. But since then, he has been unable to make it out to a CTWC in person until this year. However, Coster didn't start playing until CTWC 2022. In his debut year, Coster would place 31st, so making it out of round 0, but failing to proceed in round 1. But the following year, Coster would have a crazy tournament, not only defeating the then defending world champion EricICX in round 0 in a decider, but would also end up placing 18th that year. So this year, Coster is looking to have another good tournament, as Dewey is looking to make a splash in their first ever IRL CTWC. Now, the second match involves Armstrong and Opox. Opox does have a bit more CTWC experience than Armstrong, making his debut in 2020 and placing in 25th after being knocked out by Ninu. He would come back the following year and end up placing 26th. Then, in 2022, he'd make his IRL CTWC debut, where he would place 35th after being knocked out in the first round. But then, in 2023, Armstrong would make his debut and Opox would return with a vengeance. Opox this year would break top 16 for the first time, placing 11th after being knocked out by Sidnev, and Armstrong would also have a strong debut, placing 27th after escaping round 0. Opox is looking once again for a top 16 finish, while Armstrong is potentially looking to get his first top 16 finish. Anyways, that's all for today, or at least for this video. I'm your underwater host Sharky, and I'll be seeing you later for the next match of CTWC 2024.